puts it to half, then gets off. Another tap. This is going to keep aspas honest. Keep him wondering. What the heck was that?
There's your series layout. You got Haven Lotus split if necessary. We'll take a trip to Ascent and Fracture. Thoughts?
aspas locking in the jet. This map is a great example between the differences in approach for these two teams.
You see him lock the Yoru again. It's a different style for both of these teams. It really is.
Through this early challenge, they're already here towards Garage. It is Artesine, the third, with nasty work. Shell-shocked. This reminds me of the plot of Dr. Stone. In a flash, everybody is extinct. Nasty. I mean, the timing is right there. Like, oh my goodness, what a flick! Looks like that would have been shot. And there's Jorg finding Artesine. There goes that util, aspas with the shorty. Such efficient use of those shells.
That was full stack. Shannon on the swing, gets the first Trent.
7 points of health. Salvos in hand. No plant to speak of. And echoes Cortesia.
Backseat long, have impact.
Timing. The timing. Professor V is on the hunt. He's on the march. He's coming from the rear guard as well. Little fault line. Verno nowhere to go right now, but Artesine's on the spike. Jona's got to get there. He just doesn't have nearly enough time. Caught inside the paranoia.
Yeah, it was just in this moment. Oh,
there's
no
two
eyes
timings.
on that.
Two timings happening simultaneously, right? Jonah on the wrap.
Nice!
And Shenom
to rotate here towards the A site. Verno is on the way.
Shenom. TP's out. All is well. Artesine low. And at least they have a player in the site. A bit more of a sacrificial lamb, though. Verno's going to be there. Trent now knows he's about to get busy. Special delivery comes in. He's got to take the power. Oh my goodness. At the crosshair placed to perfection. The Verno's still fighting. Eventually cut down. But at 10 health, this whole time, Artesine's been waiting to emerge. He has done the most. And Jonah gets sat right down.
Because he will just give you the maps where he is IGLing, playing a supportive role, and is the star of the show with the highlights.
I think he just tucks next to the dark cover. Take for MIBR.
Okay, and a great Steel Garden from Leaf. Just couldn't capitalize on MIBR. They're trying to flood back in, but they're getting stuck in this nebula. They can't move. Verno caught.
Yep, still stuck there. Briefly started order. It would seem that way. Shannon is going to trigger the shield wall here, and Trent is looking for this. Barrel shown. Trent is walking up into that one. And as G2 are going to find a crucial round number 4. Might see Jorg anyway step up, try and get the gun away from him. It's not to be. Shannon says, I'm taking this with me.
Several of which have been first bloods, catching out aggressive MIBR players. Both Steel Gardens he's had have connected onto 3 or 4 players. When that Armageddon came in from Verno, when G2 were making their garage pivot into C on his tail.
They're coming quickly, they're coming fast. Let loose the hounds of hell. Shannon trying to break out of what could be a bit of a pincer, but it's going badly. What a shot! aspas though is able to deal with 3.
Them getting shot, very much them waiting for the next round to play more Valorant. Oh my god! Clinical.
Mastermind IGL is downed. Little to MIBR, no, it is completely open on C! Well, who cares about the objective? aspas at 5 health just takes 2 more kills.
Working Jet strikes again, and Cortesia slowly through garage, pushing him forward, but he's going to be in some serious trouble.
This is what Jorgamo was doing on the attack side as well. Shenom getting into G2's face. Secondaries out. Cortesia deals with Valen comfortably enough, though. Jorg, his rifle sings. Cortesia now has control of his Vandal once more, but they're on the other side of the boxes. We're at half. They get off of it. Here's Cortesia.
Aggressive play. I'm surprised they weren't even able to trade onto Shannon faster there, honestly. Leaf just whiffed a couple initial shots with the Sheriff. What a tap from Jaw. They pick these rifles back up, and again,
deep here. I mean, geez, MIBR adamant about maintaining this A control, and they'll have it, even if they got to fight further. Or will they decide to stay? It's a pump fake! Cortesia emerges. Vela now realizes exactly what is afoot. But either this thing is going to work, it's up to Jorg with an op. He has got to go wild.
Both of his enemies are pretty weak if he can actually recover. Guarantee Shannon spotted out.
Fast and Furious 12, Brokio drift for Jorgamo.
Fake teleport.
Right, he's made sound, Jen. Trying to keep himself scarce here, stay out of line of sight. Jorg has to check his left. He tries! Looking for a bit of magic, but MIBR with the dispel. And a great start in this series. Hard for, but G2 kind of go off the ball in that second half. G2, but more recently, pretty booty.
Has me questioning things. Now that being said, they're going up against an MIBR.
Snakebite will force him out of the pit. Artesine studiously looking skyward. Sees everybody drop down in front of him. Which is the clone? He guesses correctly.
We're not going to think. Better of trying to take that. Duel doesn't want to throw his gun away. They matter a lot more.
Pilot now, no big util ultimates from G2.
Try and catch off G2. There are 3 players coming from Mount Yes. They want to fight into Waterfall.
It's closing though, this is getting dangerous. Jonah can't push into Waterfall quite yet. There's Verno dealing with Leak. Jorg has to break through here. Act up here at Waterfall, and it's a dangerous proposition for G2 to defuse. Valen steps up, and Cortezia sits down. It's on aspas now. Fast lane in. Jorg gets it to half, then gets off. Another tap. This is going to keep aspas honest. Keep him wondering. What the heck was that? Pops up. Fortunately, Valen's played whack-a-mole before, apparently. But it's like watching Arsenal on a zipline. Try and shoot. The same thing.
It really is. Oh my god.
Again, players like aspas make their own rules. That was sickening.
Drift is going to be suppressed. Can't teleport away.
Bot line comes in, but do they know there's another play here? I'm not sure. Oh, aspas runs past. Jogamo able to find two. And again, it's aspas who tries to get running literally early and then gets cut down. Late re-explore.
So they don't want to go too crazy hunting. Okay, just some predictive spam, and Shenum goes down.
Okay. The economy of G2 is really getting rolling now. Let's see this back.
They are just so locked in on Valen running away back towards the site that they pay no mind to the potential of Jaw to be staying there. Verno and Arts in the last 2 remaining, swung on by Jonah, but he is denied of a kill, and it's down to the 2 versus 2, 2v1.
Crispy with it is Valen, but he is cut down.
Look at the amount of angles that Artsin has to be concerned about at the moment. Leaf could be coming from anywhere.
Bam! What a shot!
I thought it would be the one out of the timeout, but the one after, where Cortezia went for the from the shadows teleport behind enemy team, he immediately goes down off that play. It was read by G2. Team stack up towards A. It's possible.
He's actually getting info first, so he doesn't want to use it unnecessarily. Big fight though for Rubble. We like to see these. Here comes a Rolling Thunder though. Catches Cortezia out. aspas though holds his own. Jonah isn't able to capitalize at all. Trent tucked now. Takes a fight and aspas on the move.
Drift if they really want to risk it.
Yep, he's yapping, relaying it. Leaf might even have been looking at this flank opportunity now. He can double up. Verno dropped down. Here's that Armageddon. Played off perfectly by G2. Well worth using the ultimates in this kind of rounds.
Because Leaf was on that flank and they were totally unaware, but it all works out according to plan. But you have to give credit to Trent.
Bam!
That's a sickening shot onto aspas.
aspas getting a little bit more active here, but this might be the timing. Sidestep there, here comes an Armageddon from the defenders. Eventually you've got to get moving, but Jorg knows he has some time. There's Valen. aspas dealt with now, heading into tree.
Kills off the Armageddon. That looked like it required less than no effort to deal with.
Last round it was the opener. Now it's a second wave. Heads go rolling. They do. Artisan's been a bit slow on this, maybe checking his back line. Armageddon comes on through. Verno knows he's got to step forward and he finds himself the one. Eventually falling to Trent's. Oh, he'll spray, he'll speculate, he'll hope, but hope won't get you there.
To get the win. But they're going to be frustrated that this trap play they set up was all for naught. Man. It was the right idea. They were playing back Rubble. They did walk out.
Oh, just lazily steps out of the way of that incoming util.
Trent is about to have the Armageddon when he gets the spike down too.
2 players up though for G2. Spray for Cortezia. Finally gets in the game. And what a savior!
Out of that pit, has no hopes in that situation. Just the spam through. Oh my god, he didn't even get back out with the classic.
Nice! Off we go.
Instant fault line going to come through from Artsin, and now G2 trying to scale out.
Jorg gets deep, but there's no one there to meet him. aspas apparently found him. Okay, here comes that aforementioned clear. aspas is too clean! Too clean! And in the perfect round to get going, he gets it done. Valen disoriented, surrounded inside the poison orb. And Jenna will put him to bed.
Up today, after such an uncharacteristic underperformance against Sentinels yesterday, that's gotten them into this lower bracket spot. And he is making good on that promise. He is stepping up 24 for 17. Sick 2K.
Here's Leaf on the other side of the door. Verno, oh, Bunny on the move as well. Cortezio finds one, and here we go once more. MIBR disadvantaged, but in a position to punish a defuse attempt. Oh, there it is, the slide is in. And aspas has arrived once more. Jonah goes low from that one, walks into a crossfire.
Oh, come on, man.
Valen now has to salvage the round!
Uses everything he's got in his arsenal. Rifle, shorty, enough kills to get the overdrive.
Away with elbow, a sharp word. Flick of the wrist and it's job done. Oh man, that gives me chills. So the on-upper sees those salvos come in. Leaf will surely follow them up, and Verno on the move, still clear. Oh, buddy!
Down A.
Rips them apart. Cortesia does drop Spike. Out there on the A side, though, loose as Verno gets it dropped. Valen is tucked. Now it's a waiting game as MIBR want to flood back in. It hurts them. It works against them. It's up to Verno. Once again, has to go looking. Gives it a tap, and the Armageddon is expected. Verno. Time getting shorter. Salvo. Verno can only await his fate. It's signed and sealed. G2 take their map.
Trent coming up so huge in that last round to get them 3 kills, bring them over the finish line. MIBR were in prime position to keep that OT going, but they overplayed the situation, and the Tejo from G2.
On out now, a split on the docket next.
Listen, we were looking for aspas now on split, where very different tales for either of these teams on split.
With MIBR trying to group up here in heaven and the site respectively. In Lee, he's off the boil. aspas gets
Wait,
the
this
better.
Armageddon is so good. It's forcing all of G2 out, but Jaw's collecting the kills backside.
I mean, G2 will fight in the sun or inside. Doesn't seem to bother them. aspas and Cortesia here now have to go for it. aspas, just a wayward bullet would take the man down. Now it's up to Trent. All of a sudden, this has fallen apart. 7 kills for aspas in the game. What a point of the takedown. Look how this played out.
aspas is on fire today. Getting that first kill, and then from heaven, eventually just needed 1 bullet to connect on Jaw while he was sticking it. Surely going to clear this.
Yeah, Verno. Whoa! Out of nowhere! Verno just pole vaulted on Jonah. And here's aspas getting deep, getting amongst it.
He's gotten into the back lines, and Ardzin cleans up the last 2. To MIBR's liking, has actually moved up on ramp early. They were in the range of that fault line to get caught. aspas finds the initial kill and then just sprints into the back line.
Set up in their spawn.
Oh my god, instant fight now from G2 in main. All of the players stacked up with that util.
Again, it's been so nice. The combo of Trent's util is there. However, perhaps the defenders have overstayed their welcome. Verno's able to cut them down to size and even up the odds. Jorg can't post up on that rafters angle. Artazine slaps him down instantly.
He just didn't expect them to be in the site that rapidly. Valen weak, Verno is weak.
Time is ticking. Valen slammed, and now G2 have only Leaf to account for.
Oh, and he just barely gets into the range of the stun.
No time at all. Leaf at 11, Artazine artfully dodging the corner.
Just staring at him.
Just trolling the guy.
From G2, you said it, they overstayed their welcome. They find 2. And they've committed here close. And as soon as that wall drops, wide swing from Verno.
Handling what he feels is probably a large number of MIBR players. This is going to force Jonah out into the open, but he's ready for it. Apparently, cosmetic stun, anybody? Artazine on the line. It's going to be traded with an overload of players now. Jorg, with nothing but the ghost, has
What?
There's no way, brother, please.
I mean, everybody is just blinded up by the paranoia.
Okay, let's just settle down. Leaf here gives his position up, and Verno is able to convert. He gets out of the worst of the Armageddon, still alive to be a factor in this retake now. Trent down, Leaf has the tight little angle, but Artazine's able to trade it out. The Professor, sticking Cerebro on his noggin, is able to see through the wall, and no Artazine is waiting. Time is short, but his shots aren't hitting at all. He fluffs it entirely.
He was this early first death for his team.
The MIBR all grouped in heaven. Trent has a timing. He has an opportunity now to tear it all down. The flick and no-scope is there for aspas. And now it's just him.
Enemy remaining.
The human tornado.
Thinks that he's wrapping around, but Jonah has been patient at pillar the entire time.
Unmoving. Stoic. And now he's heard it all. Jonah knows exactly how to play for time right here. Here's another tap. Still falls because he's going up against a raid boss. But he's played the time to perfection.
Banger map. What the hell is this? He's just gliding down. No scopes Trent close range.
It's casual. Very, very casual. Nicely done from Valen. That is very tight.
That was sick. Side.
G2 are committed though. This is not a fake. They've got to end here at this rate. Let's draw aspas down.
What?
Cortesia with 2.
How did he get 2?
Stunning little brace, but there's more to be done. Jorg playing on the side in an elbow. Verno is extracted. Topping the scoreboard. And that's an easy one, a big 4K for Valen.
I say that, they're still probably going to force into this. Valen gets that initial kill. How on earth did Cortezia find 2? I do not know. That kill onto Shenum.
Lovely off angle.
It's like the least impact aspas has had is when he's got the AWP. When he has the Blade Storm, he seems to find it every time. Look at the space that Leaf has gone. He has walked all the way through sight. Here's drop down, and he's cracked it open.
You've got such a big problem to try and solve here. And here comes Trent into the backside. aspas might have saved them. The Viper's pit is now down. Viper dealt with. Trent, so cerebral, so consistent. Reliable player here for G2 is playing it safe, as only he knows how. Salvo comes in. Cortezia falls. It's going to take more than that. And Trent's got to find the timing. The spray is not there. Expecting someone in Mal, but Leaf is too canny to give this one up easily. Not for free, or not at all, he says. Now we're in for a penny, in for a pound, but aspas is out of the game. And G2, a pivotal map win in the mid-series. A hard-fought split finally breaks their way.
They steal away MIBR's pick, and now back-to-back have dealt with some of the top America's teams on this very map.
So that match.
Yeah, last time they played this, okay, and they are changing, to figure out that we should leave 2021 behind and live in 2025.
Okay, we're doing
start
this.
playing some peeks onto that angle. Goes aspas. Dare swing! Oh my god! And 0.25x speed, please, is on the angle with the dash. Could have gotten more, but Verno just picks it up from Switch. Oh,
that's an important round.
Flattened on this map.
They were lined up.
Instead, that happened. And Leaf, I think, got the shot off with the Outlaw, but it didn't connect.
Spike down.
Oh my word, man.
In the words of esports Doug. Bit of a nervous moment there. Convergent pass coming into play, and here comes Jaw. Moving fast as heck, but Verno's able to stop him in his track. Shenum, no stunned up in that corner. Oh!
Spike down.
For 4! You need it, but guess who comes knocking? The Grim Reaper! aspas cut down, and Leaf finds yet another one.
Chance with Shenum.
Okay, Leaf on 3. Radazine checks this for info. Little shoulder out now from behind. Leaf knows he's going to get pushed.
Jaw was able to get in, but no one else could. I suppose there was that special delivery. I chuckled.
Jaw here pretty deep towards that CT side. Now that Util getting concentrated towards the boathouse. Jaw steps up, knocked down straight away. It's the stinger buy for G2. Quintessential. At this point, MIBR are conditioned to it.
No real opportunity to get a shot off with the AWP.
Spike down.
Cloudburst to safety, wants to get back on the angle. Cortezia on the swing, but it doesn't matter.
Player standing.
5 health, yeah.
Into a closer position.
Shenum is flush with Util here, Wyatt.
Where does he want to go? Play.
Alan waiting, biding his time. Sting. Oh, they line up! Are you kidding me?
What a disastrous retake in that 2 versus 1. Positioning completely scrambled. I mean, he gets there in the first place because Leaf goes crazy with the classic over on the B side.
Jake! What is that?
I knew it! You like that play, Cortez?
Deployed, he's on the edge of it. Here comes Verno now, hunting. Blood in the water. He can taste it, and there it is. Valen dealt with. Jonah P on the side, riddled with holes. On the stinger. Stingers for everybody. Steel Garden now for Leaf. Held onto it the previous round. Adazine trying to back away. Caught up. Snarled in the liquid metal roots. And aspas into main. This is awkward for Leaf. It's not a good spot. Look at him adjusting. He knows someone could backstab. He had the info. Just too many angles to account for.
Valen's picked up a judge now.
Getting ahead of that Verno. Util. Paranoia doesn't seem to matter. Bam! He mows him down. Valen has got himself an upgrade. Looking for the clutch. It gets to half. Valen biding his time, not respecting the fact that aspas might be on that stick. It doesn't matter. May disrespect it as G2 know. Got a real gun advantage here. Adazine suppressed 4. Caught by that 0 point. They're still going for it. Armageddon could be a bit of a wrinkle in the plan, though. They'll move out of the way. Not quite in time. There was Verno with the Util and the Blade Storm. I mean, what is this disrespect to MIBR? They've done nothing to deserve it.
Matter of time until something connects onto him, and Cortezia on the flank makes light work.
Long series. And it's still in the balance.
Verno gets a 15 and 5. I mean, I suppose it helps when you get 2 kills with your abilities on that round.
Oh, the double up here in tree is going to be tough to break for MIBR. What's the issue?
Jaw just jingle peeking at B main, catches the lurk. Cortezia as well.
aspas is just unhinged, unchained, unshackled from, you know, earthly delights. He's brought down. Would be nice for him, but there'll be someone to play off of this. Another rifle strip from him. aspas, the only player with enough to buy, so...
Jonah on that tight angle, and then the jiggle peek from Jaw. I mean, that's just a miserable way to lose 2 players.
And there's an Armageddon for Trent. Potential to clear the bleachers off the side. It's going to force MIBR in the speedway direction. Cut down their options to fall back. Verno's able to avoid damage that comes in, but here comes a speedway push. Verno stopping power. It's going to be Trent again. Are you kidding? Back-to-back brilliance from Trent.
Allen is huge to open up B main, get them into that 4-on-3 situation, and it looked like MIBR playing around some of that Vice utility they still had.
Things, and if this isn't read into,
Planted.
Trent will be on the wrong side of it for a time. Here we go, trying to get in there. Oh, wait a minute, Artesine stops him in their tracks. Jaw has to go for it now, dash forward, 2 dashes, and it's not enough.
Follow-up that he hit later in market. But because these have just been coming down to the one-on-one clutches, G2 are actually... G2 want them to do. They're playing into their hands. This is where the Vice is set up.
Leaf waiting on the other side of the door to greet them. Artesine riddled with bullets. Swiss cheese, litters the floor. And Leaf goes to work on them. It's up to Verno and now. Special delivery backside is there. Leaf is low. Dealt with Verno, finds him, but he's suppressed now. Valen swings out. And yesterday, there was a fear that it might all be over. Today, the realization that it's only just begun for G2.
They're headed off to the finals to try and get revenge against Sentinels, the only Americas team that has been able to beat them in 2025. This is going to be their 3rd grand final in a row, their 3rd opportunity at another trophy.